Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. My name is Rechell Cinas. Today, I will discuss the legal aspects in tourism and hospitality, Chapter 6. For the contents, we have the objective, the introduction, the Department of Tourism or DOT, Philippine Tourism Authority or PTA, Intramuros Administration or IA, other government agencies supporting tourism, agencies supporting economic development, agencies supporting infrastructure and transportation, and other relevant entities. Conclusion. So first, we have the objective to identify the various government agencies involved in the development and promotion of the tourism industry as well as their functions. Describe the relationship of these agencies with one another. Explain the possibility of public service as a career in the industry. For the introduction, the important point is that in 1973, the Philippine government created the Department of Tourism through Presidential Decree number 189 to focus on trade promotion and tourism development. This was aimed at accelerating national development by attracting more international visitors and fostering greater appreciation of the country's natural beauty, history, and culture among Filipinos. Additionally, the chapter should include allied government agencies that indirectly contribute to the efficient operation of the tourism industry. So, overall, the enactment of Presidential Decree number 189 underscored the Philippine government's recognition of tourism as a key driver of national development. Through the creation of the Department of Tourism, the government embarked on a proactive approach to harnessing the country's tourism potential for the benefit of both its economy and its citizens. Department of Tourism. The Department of Tourism or DOT was created by virtue of Presidential Decree number 189. It is the primary policy making, planning, programming, coordinating, and administrative entity of the executive branch of government and the development of the tourism industry, both domestic and international. So the devolution of power to regulate your license din sa mga pag-supervise sa mga tour operator and accommodation facilities sa mga local government units are one of the things nga makapalambo sa mga tourism-related activities in the Philippines. This move actually reflects the centralized approach aimed at empowering local authorities to oversee tourism operations within their jurisdictions more effectively. However, it is also crucial nga makasabot ta or to understand the scope and limitation of this devolved authority. While the local government units now have the power to regulate these establishments, it is essential to note that this authority does not extend to outright prohibiting their operation without due process of law. So, if we remember the due process of law that we already discussed, that was really important. So, of course, this is vital para ma-ensure nato nga it is carried out fairly in accordance with legal principles. The term regulate as defined in subsection 1, section 2444 of the Administrative Code encompasses various actions such as controlling, governing, and restraining. So in broad terms, mao ni siya maghatag og power to implement the steps of local units of the government aiming to promote responsible tourism practices. So ensuring the safetyness of the visitors and also to maintain the quality of the tourism service, which is very crucial in our industry kay mao sa nay magbasihan nato to gain visitors. So kinsa mapiganahan mugdong anang destinasyon na if the quality and the safetyness is not promising. So, however, it is crucial to recognize that regulate should not be interpreted as synonyms with suppress or prohibit. So, unsa man di ay ang regulate? It is to control or to maintain, while suppress or prohibit is like forbidding. So, naa dyan na siya dakong kalahian, and to know that, ma-avoid na to ang mga dili dapat nga mga restrictions in operations in the establishment of the tourism. So instead, there's a regulatory measures reasonable, guided by the principles of again due process of law. So dapat naa jud saktong proseso, and please always remember that. Overall, this story represents the positive steps towards enhancing local governance and accountability in the tourism sector by empowering local authorities to regulate tourism activities within the jurisdictions. The government aims to promote sustainable tourism development while safeguarding the rights and interests of both tourists and local communities. So now we have the Philippine Tourism Authority. Presidential Decree 564 enacted on October 2, 1974 revised the charter of the Philippine Tourism Authority or PTA, originally created under Presidential Decree number 189 in 1973. The revision aimed to strengthening the PTA to effectively unify and integrate government and private entities, activities and services related to tourism development projects. Additionally, the PTA's main source of income is travel tax collection, which is imposed on individuals leaving the country regardless of where their air ticket was issued, as mandated by various legal instruments including Presidential Decree 1183 as amended. So when we say the Philippine Tourism Authority or the PTA, it holds a key powers crucial for driving tourism development in our country. So let's break it down. What these powers entails? Firstly, the PTA is responsible for putting into action the policies and programs set forth by the Department of Tourism. This is to ensure a unified approach to developing, promoting, and overseeing tourism projects nationwide. Next, the authority is empowered to turn specific geographic areas with tourism potential into integrated resort complexes or what we call tourist zones. So first, unsa di ay nang gitawag natong tourist zones? So to answer that, it is pretty simple nga. Mauna ang designated areas or regions that are specifically developed or promoted for tourism purposes. So naka-feature siyag mga tourist attractions, accommodations, infrastructures, so unsa pa man, amenities. They may include popular destinations such as beaches, historical sites, cultural landmarks, or recreational areas. This initiative aims to fully leverage the tourism value of these areas and attract visitors. Moreover, the PTA extends various forms of assistance to private enterprises involved in tourism projects, making it easier for them to develop and implement initiatives across the country. An instance where private enterprise is not able to manage essential tourist facilities, the PTA steps in to ensure their operation and maintenance, guaranteeing the continued availability of critical tourism infrastructure. Additionally, the PTA works to ensure that land is accessible at fair price or rental rates for private investors interested in developing hotels and other tourism facilities. This fosters private sector involvement in tourism development. Lastly, the authority plays a crucial role in coordinating, assessing, and implementing tourism-related plans across various levels of government and with private entities. This coordinated effort aims to achieve accelerated and balanced growth in tourism, catering to the needs of both domestic and international markets. Overall, the powers vested in the Philippines Tourism Authority enable it to strategically drive tourism development initiatives, foster collaboration between public and private sectors, and ensure the sustainable growth of country's tourism industry. So now we're going to Intramuros Administration Presidential Decree number 1616 in April 10, 1979 established the Intramuros Administration IA to preserve the developed Intramuros, a historical landmark in Manila, Philippines dating back 400 years. The IA's mandates includes restoring and maintaining Intramuros, ensuring it reflects Philippine Spanish architecture from the 16th to 19th centuries. So Intramuros as a historical landmark has often been at the center of attention due to the delicate balance between development and preservation. While there have been attempts by business enterprises to modernize parts of Intramuros, increase commercial activity, and even demolish old structures, the administration has remained steadfast in its commitment to preserving its historical integrity. Civil society plays a crucial role in exerting pressure to ensure that any changes to Intramuros are done in a responsible and respectful manner, maintaining its historical significance for future generations. So now we're going to other government agencies. First, we're going to talk about the other government agencies supporting tourism. The National Parks Development Committee, or NPDC. The National Parks Development Committee, or NPDC, originated as an executive committee in 1963 focusing on development Quezon, Memorial, Luneta, and other national parks. It retained its autonomy under the office of the President despite a proposed transfer to the Bureau of Forest Development. Department of Natural Resources, National Historical Institute, and NHI, Presidential Decree Number 260, August 1, 1973, granted the National Historical Institute NHD authority over the preservation of national shrines, monuments, and landmarks, collaborating with the Department of Tourism. Monetary contributions to the NHI archives are tax exempt. The NHI is the primary government agency for historical and cultural matters, conducting research, publishing works, and maintaining historical sites nationwide. It also provides training and technical assistance to both government and private sectors for preservation efforts. Going on from National Center for Culture and Arts, NCCA. The National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCCA, is the official government agency tasked with preserving, promoting, and developing Philippine arts and culture. It supports various artistic and cultural endeavors across the country through grants, programs, and initiatives. The NCCA plays a crucial role in fostering appreciation for the diverse cultural heritage of the Philippines and in ensuring its continuity for future generations. The Philippine Conventions and Visitors Corporations, or PCVC, Developing Convention and Visitors Corporation, or PCBC, under the Department of Tourism, or DOT, promotes the Philippines as a tourism, convention, and incentive travel destination. It is Conventions and Incentive Travel Unit, or CIT, assess meeting planners and organizers to finding suitable venues. Now we have agencies supporting economic development. First, we have the National Economic Development Authority, or NEDA. Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, or PACOR, the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PIZA, agencies supporting infrastructure and transportation. We had the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, which is very familiar, and the Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, and Department of Transportation and Communication, or DOTC, Land Transportation Office, or LTO, Maritime Industry Authority, or MARENA, then Air Transportation Office, or ATO, Civil Aeronautics Board, or CAB, Light Rail Transit Authority, or LRTA. Now we have the relevant entities. We have the Philippine Coast Guard, then the Professional, then Regulatory Board for Customs Brokers, then Nayong Filipino Foundation, or NPF. Now we have the conclusion. So in conclusion, the establishments of various government agencies such as the Department of Tourism, Philippine Tourism Authority, Intramuros Administration, National Parks Development Committee, National Historical Institute, and other reflects the Philippines government's commitment to promoting tourism, preserving historical and cultural landmarks, and ensuring sustainable economic development. These agencies work together to enhance the country's attractiveness to both domestic and international visitors, while also safeguarding its natural resources and cultural heritage. Their collective efforts contribute to the overall growth and prosperity of the Philippines tourism industry, enriching the experience of tourists and fostering national pride among Filipinos. So I think that would be all for my topic, and that ends my discussion. Thank you and God bless.